Alrighty, well, welcome to a 3v3 here between Boloñeses and Talita A, which is a Category C matchup in the Virgo Cup, which is also the final set of the day. Let's introduce our players, shall we? In the red, we have Ethiopians for Bleak or Blakey, or something like that. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that. In the yellow, we've got Carlo Charlemagne, playing as the Franks. Oh, yeah, he's buffed already. Yellow is definitely going to win this now. There's no way around this. In the purple, we've got Kevlugli, playing as the Saracens. I like that. On the other side, for Talita, we have M, playing as the Sicilians. Ooh, that is interesting. A Sicilian flank. Let's go. Now, you can do this. You don't have thumb ring, but still, it's possible. Let's go. In the green, we've got Hindustanis for Capitan Tostada. Captain Tostada. Oh, that's hilarious. And then in the teal, we have Sensei, also better known around here as Zergua, playing as the Mayans. You can say hi to yourself now. Hello. Alrighty then. So this is a Category C matchup between Boloñeses and Talita A, but I still am expecting great things from both sides here. Now, of course, we should probably talk a little bit about civilizations. You know, we have Saracens and Ethiopians at the flank. That is pretty standard, actually, so I don't think there's much that needs to be said about that. Franks as the pocket. You know, there's more to be said about Franks not being the pocket rather than Franks being the pocket because it's so standard. You know, it's the most picked civ, pocket civ for sure of this tournament. Not exclusively, but still. The one surprise here would be Sicilians. Sicilians are often played as a cavalry civ because people are thinking about those knights that take less bonus damage, with Hallberg in the late game if you want to, which is fairly strong. We've certainly seen Sicilians be very OP in 4v4s. But I guess here we have blue thinking, you know what, they have Arbalest. They lack thumb ring, but they have Arbalest, right? This is okay. I could still do some damage with this. Now remember also that, ooh, red actually taking some damage there, very nice. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the archers also take less bonus damage from skirmishers, so it's certainly not something to underestimate. Like a lot of people, they always think about cavalry, right? But skirmishers actually also do worse against Sicilian archers than any other civilization. It's something to definitely keep in mind. Now, now that we've said that, I think that's pretty much it for now. Mayans are standard fare. Hindustanis are a really good Arabia civ, although you only have camels. Something to keep in mind, you do not have extra pierce armor anymore. They took that away from Hindustanis. So they just have camels now. Great economy, but your camels lack pierce armor, which is kind of bad in these kinds of 3v3 matchups when there will be archers for sure, 100%. That's yeah, that wasn't the best boiler there. It happens sometimes. You know, like when you're shooting down the boar, you don't want to lose a villager, and it just gets stuck on a tree, and then just ends up outside your TC, and you're like, oh yeah, screw it, whatever. And of course, your villager's like, oh, you want me to kill the sheep? And you're like, no, kill the boar. It's like, so you want me to kill the sheep? You're like, no, kill the boar. Oh god damn it. And there you have it, eating the sheep. It might have been on purpose, actually. I don't know, but that's what always happens to me. See? Same thing over here, eating that darn sheep. No, that might have been from when he brought in the boar the first time. Although, no, look at that, look at that. Look at this villager. Ah, he just doesn't listen, does he? There's always that one vill that doesn't listen. I struggle with my vills sometimes, man. Like the nice little deer push here from M. Probably talk a little bit about resources, as we have a purple scout just kind of sitting next to a is he gonna get it though? Oh, he's trying to wall it in. He's trying to wall it in. As the scout is now stuck. The scout is stuck and walled in. Purple trying to kill the villager, but that villager has loom. Doesn't it? Wait, does it? No, actually doesn't. It doesn't. Ooh, blue. That was big. That was a pretty big risk, actually. But it does pay off as purple loses his scout, and now purple says he exits blue's TC's like, yeah, that's where blue is. And the team is like, oh, can you tell us where the resources are? And he's like, no, I can't. Yeah, so purple won't really know what's up in blue space. He won't know that blue has a forward gold, that his berries are kind of in the back next to this wood line. And that blue has a rather open base, as you can see on the right. It's very open on this side. But yeah, if you wall the front and then wall to your TC, you're going to have an okay base. As for purple, he has gold in the back, which is fairly nice, but there's a hill there, which is definitely something you need to keep in mind. We have berries to the front. And that's going to be tough to wall. You'd have to wall all the way around it. And that might be something that purple is thinking about. But that's going to take a while, obviously. On the other side for red, I like the idea of walling between these wood lines. Although that's a lot of walling. Has the gold in the back. And oh, the mining camp. Oh, look at the Tetris mining camp. Look at it. Oh, double points. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's going to win Tetris. Yeah, okay. I'm just joking around, obviously. But ideally, with gold, you want to put your mining camp like one tile away, like right there, so that your villagers can sit between the mining camp and the gold, because it takes forever, right? Forever to chop these. Unlike wood lines and berries, where you do want to place your mill and your lumber camp against the resource. Last though for teal, we got gold in the back. He's also walling the front and walling a lot of the front. And oh boy, let's see what he sees. He doesn't see the wood line. Yeah, he's going to try to wall to the edge of the map, but the wood line is right there for a nicer wall off, which he will not know until he scouts it. Which maybe he will, maybe we won't. It's all right though. It's not that much more wood, but still, like 10 tiles, like 30 wood. All right, right? Half a farm. We have some shenanigans going on over here. We have a gate already from red before he even walls, which is, that's interesting. In any case, we have an archer range going up for red. Obviously, he's Ethiopians. Do we see any men-at-arms? I am not seeing any men-at-arms from either side. So they're just going to start with archers, which is a common opening in Virgo Cup. You know, a lot of teams like the first kind of... You know, test the other team, see, like, what is this other team going to play like? Is it going to be strong? As we have... Oh! You see that? That is unexpected. This is a turnaround. This is a scout opening for blue. Not something that I thought was going to happen. You know, because Sicilians do have good archers. But blue opens stable. Interesting. Now... That does mean that he can overwhelm purple with scouts, but as soon as purple sees a blue scout, right? As soon as purple sees more than one blue scout, the instant reaction should be make spearmen. Instantly. Like, trash isn't useful in team games, but it is if your opponent goes double stable, right? Now, just a caveat to that, these are Sicilian scouts, so they still do very well against spearmen. That's something you need to remember, obviously. As blue is kind of scouting around, seeing what's my base look like as he runs right into the town center. And he's lucky that purple doesn't decide to shoot that. Oh, now you're just asking for it. There's purple town bells. But he gets the scout, so I guess it was worth it. But, okay, let's not use the town bell. Because, see, those villagers on gold, they were also pulled back now. And that, you know, that's some idle time that you otherwise wouldn't have had. You can tell, see, 64% efficiency. A lot lower than it could have been. As we have, okay, green scouts making their way to red space, as red is... yellow is making scouts, but where are those scouts right now? They are being brought into red space as well, so yellow is going to defend red, very nice. Red losing a scout, but green is going to have the backup still. There's a spearman here to be annoying, as teal brings over his first archers, which of course is going to counter that spearman. Like I said, trash is okay unless the counter is there. The counter is here, the spearman will no longer work. Archer numbers and scout numbers are what matter right now. And no one cares about infantry, huh? Poor infantry. The devs are trying so hard to make it a thing as yellow takes a fight. There's a spearman here though, that's pretty good. Green's going to have the micro back as teal's trying to snipe that spearman. Red pulling it back. Make sure that doesn't happen. Spearman goes down. Now green can engage. See, instantly. Engages instantly. Doesn't have a whole lot of HP on these scouts though, so red could certainly snipe some of these. Yeah, so teal has to be very careful 1-for-1 with the archers, and teal is going to lose that archer as well. Very nicely defended. Scouts trying to get into the wood line. Red, almost overreacting with the wood. This was a very awkward lumber camp to begin with. Now it is completely awkward. And red, fight with the vills. Fight with the vills, red. Click the scouts. See that there's no HP on these. Like, the fact that green got this villager is only because red didn't check the HP. Right? He didn't click these scouts to see, hey, you know, wait, they don't have any HP. I can kill these. What I would suggest here, there is an option in the game that the health bar doesn't appear, right, normally, but if you hover over a unit, it will appear automatically. That's what I have on in my game, so that I can see the HP of stuff that attacks me. As blue makes it into purple's base, and purple did not expect scouts, you can tell that. He was just going to go for an archer v archer match, but it's scouts in his base for now. This is a risky opening, of course, because again, Spearman could come out, and purple is making Spearman, which is the right response. The problem is he's still losing villages in the meantime. Yeah, there's 3 villages down already. Now purple can get some revenge with his archers, as we have green making it into the wood line here, and yet red, he doesn't click this freaking scouts. He could kill 3 of these scouts fairly easily with his villagers, but he just won't click them. He won't know. And those archers are also not... okay, they're trying to keep teal away from this wood line that's not being used right now, and probably won't be used because there's houses in front of it. I mean, it looks cool, like a town with a little lumber camp in the middle. That is, yeah, well, out of position, but still. We have purple, though, trying to get into blue's base, but blue did exactly what I said. Wall at the front, gold is safe, wall to the DC, and look at that. Purple can't get in. As blue feels the need to drop a dungeon, though, so purple does get some value from this, forcing a dungeon from the Sicilian player, meaning that he will only be able to add 1 town center in the next stage, which is still a bonus, actually, but still. Yellow losing a bunch of scouts in the middle here against green. Green going to have to run away from the spearmen that yellow brought forward with him. Castellade's coming in from blue. Blue is going to be fine as soon as he gets Castellade. The question is, what is the strategy going forward? Is it going to be a stable, or is it going to be an archery switch? I'm not seeing an archery range right now. I would certainly suggest, if blue hadn't been able to keep out purple, and if yellow decided to gang up on blue, blue was going to have a hard time defending, right, with just scouts. So that's why a lot of players would still say, build that archery range, make a few archers or skirmishers, even though you open scouts, right? Because if you do that as the flank, that is. Because you're going to have to defend yourself at some point, until you can get the Castellades and get some knights out. That's a good tip for 1v1. It also goes for team games like this, as blue and green are ganging up on the wood line, and yellow hasn't pulled the villagers. Yellow! But yellow is actually fighting, but this case he shouldn't fight because there's way too much HP on these scouts. These scouts have bloodlines as well. Yeah, look at that. Way more HP, and yellow losing a bunch of villagers. Yeah, see, this is the thing. This is why it's so important to click the scouts. Yellow just attacked. He didn't click the scouts. He didn't see how much HP these scouts had. You do not fight scouts with bloodlines with villagers. You just don't. You can't beat them. Not even one-on-one. As, yeah, here comes Teal coming forward to attack red, who is trying to get his base walled. If he gets that wall up, that's really nice, actually. As he still has to deal with some blue scouts in the back. Looks like the scouts actually got a villager there. Very nice. We have purple's army not doing too much in blue's base, and blue is up. The Castellades drops the town center, and blue's going to be fine as he drops 2 stables. Wow, it's going to be all-in knights then for blue. It would have been more all-in if he had gotten to sell his stone, but because he was forced into a dungeon, then wasn't able to do that anymore, which would have been nice, you know, because it would have helped you get more knights out. So certainly. Yeah, that makes the all-in strategy a lot stronger when you actually get to sell your stone. As Teal shoots the deer, you might wonder why would he do that. That's because he doesn't want to accidentally click these deer when he's microing over here. Because he's probably going to have to micro at some point. You just don't want to take the risk. Because there's nothing as bad as being chased by a mangonel or knights and then accidentally clicking a deer, your crossbow stands still, and then they get massacred. As Teal breaks in, and red tries to save all his villagers, but there's not a whole lot of place to go to. Like, how red should have responded, immediately house wall this, right? That's what a category A player would do. Immediately house wall right there to the TC. Make it impossible for Teal to run around your base like this, because Teal can go anywhere now. He can deny the gold. He can even make it all the way to this wood line, which is where a lot of vills are right now. And Teal might even go and do that. If he decides to. Okay, well, Teal doesn't want to commit too much and run in here, run the risk of losing his army. Got some scouts in the back being pushed away by spearmen for yellow, who has not really walled his base fully. It's a very interesting wall. You can get in on all sides, actually, still. We got blue joining the fray as well. Yeah, but these crossbows are going to be a huge problem for red. He has not clicked up yet. He hasn't been able to. He doesn't have the food right now. A lot of his farms are idled. He's just kind of waiting to see if Teal is Teal going to go away so I can get up to the next stage? Well, Teal's not going to go away. Why would he? Why would Teal go away here? There's no army to contest him. And look at all the villagers. Red. No. He is very lucky that Teal does not have ballistics right now. But guess what? That is on the way. Because red knows, and red actually just resigns. He realized that I'm dead. I'm dead. Calls the GG. Says it as well. Very nice. Unfortunately, he resigned and then he calls the GG. He's saying it a whole lot of times, but look, only Red can hear that because he's dead. Dead players can't talk. So yeah, Red did say GG. No. In case Talita didn't know, Red actually said GG. So now we know. Now we know for sure. So yeah, Purple is trying to do some damage, trying to come forward as we have Lightcap now raiding in Yellow's base. And yeah, Yellow doesn't have any knights out. He's down to 21 villagers, and the Boloñeses are being turned to mush here by Talita with strong early aggression, and it's just yeah, it's very much GG at this point. Purple is the only one who's still alive, but the thing is, even though Spike Wit, not gonna save you against Sicilian Knights. But see, also notice that like Blue wasn't able to sell his gold. As a result, only 5 knights out. He also tried, he's trying to boom on 2 town centers, so you can't afford that quite. So he's kind of trying to do a little bit of both, right? All in knights, but also boom on 2 TCs, which is difficult to do. Yeah, if you had like 10 knights out right now, you could just clear this right in a second. Does Pikewind are they going to do the trick? Let's have a look. Nope, Pikewind do absolutely nothing against Sicilians. This unit is so broken if you think about it. As Purple will get cleared up here. The +2 isn't in for Sicilians. The attack upgrade is in though, so they will be able to clear these archers rather fast. And yeah, Purple resigns, and now it's just up to Yellow to also call the quits, as he has a giant archer army in his base. It's okay, Yellow, it's okay. I know Charlemagne is like, oh, I know what he wants to do. He wanted to get a shot in. See, that's why he didn't resign. He was waiting for that mangonel. Split micro for Zergra. The mangonel goes down. Yeah, nice micro there. Bam. And that's the GG moment. Because that's what Yellow was waiting for. Camels are here now. They have it. It's always funny when players wait for stuff like that. Like, they're like, okay, I'm dead. But I will have a mangonel. I will be able to get some revenge. Oh, no. If he had waited just a second more, Teal would have been a bit closer, right? And he might have been surprised by the mangonel popping out. That would have been really good. So, that would have been funny, but unfortunately for him, Mr. Sensei has trained his micro, has focused his mind, and was able to snipe the mangonel without taking any damage. Good stuff. Yeah, what to say? I mean, like, Purple looking looking the best out of the Boloñeses team. Like, I noticed that Purple, he went forward, tried to go for some aggression, did some damage, forced the tower. That's good stuff, right? That's good stuff. But, Unagi, yeah, he had Unagi. Oh, exactly. Just like Ross. Oh, man. But yeah, but for Yellow and Red, it was kind of a disaster. I think Red especially had a hard time keeping all this aggression out. Just fell behind in the archer count and wasn't able to get the walls up in time. I think going for ambitious walls like this might have also cost him big. I know it feels safer to get this entire wall up, but that's the thing. If the walls aren't up, you're screwed, right? Because then this happens. And I don't know really what happened to Yellow. He just kind of stopped producing scouts at one point. He was doing okay, but yeah, he just lost a few too many scouts and wasn't able to keep his teammates alive, which is alright. Just have a quick look at them statistics. Here you go. Military count, yeah. Much higher overall for Talita, but not that much. Especially across the flanks, as you can see. And the fact that Blue had a lower army count is because he went for a stable opening. Of course, you're not going to make a whole lot of army that way. So yeah, there you have it. Economy-wise, there's going to be a bigger difference, as you can see. Yeah, there you go. That's a significant difference. Almost double the economy between Teal and Red. That's really what I'm talking about. Like, Red got so delayed at the start that he wasn't able to get the fast castle time, which Teal was able to. Teal walks in with crossbows, and then it's just GG for Red. It happens. It's difficult. I think there's definitely some defensive maneuvers that Red could do to definitely survive a bit longer. Like, for example, you see a giant crossbow army break into your palisade wall. House wall. House wall to your TC. Make these little walls to your TC. Compartmentalize your base. Because at that point, Teal, he has to break through these houses first in order to get anywhere, right? It just delays Teal. Then make house walls over here, right? Longer and longer. Maybe Yellow can then get some knights out to help you. The longer... I find in team games, if you feel you're on the back foot, the most useful thing you can do for your team is die slowly. Die as slowly as you can. This is pretty much the meta on a map like Frontline, right? Where you have people in the middle kind of like stuck together. Right, your job there is die as slow as you can. Because die you will, but the slower you can, the more chances your team has to maybe do some damage on the other side of the map. Or, of course, for your pocket to come and save you. Although in a 3v3, you know, it's not like a 4v4 where you always have a pocket to support you. In a 3v3, the pocket can't always help you, so you're going to have to learn to survive on your own. And I noticed that is a lot more difficult for a lot of teams this time around in Virgo Cup. Makes sense to me, though. Anyway, I'm droning on. We should go to game number 2 here between Boloñeses and Talita, which will be the home map for Boloñeses. Which was, if I remember that correctly, Huacachina. Which is an interesting map. You know, looking at Boloñeses as a team, Huacachina is a very open map. I'm surprised. Like I've seen another team that was kind of struggling with the early aggression also pick Huacachina, and I'm kind of curious why. It's a very open map. Like for me, if you prefer late game fights, Glacial is your map, right? You have to learn a micro on water, but that's it. You can wall up and boom, in theory. Huacachina and Atacama? No. Those are not boom maps. Those are high aggression, lots military, in the early game kind of maps. So, I mean, sure, but we'll see. It will be Huacachina, so get ready. Second game, I lure a lot. Oh boy, you lure a lot. You mean you've been pushing in your all the extra hunt that you have on this map. All right, well, let's get in and let's see. Welcome to the second game between Boloñeses and Talita A. We have arrived at Huacachina, this freaking wasteland, which is like Atacama, just a little bit different. We'll talk about the map. Let's first introduce the players of whose home map this is. In the red, we have Bleak playing as the Vietnamese, or Blakey. In the yellow, we've got Kevlugli playing as the Magyars. I like that. That's good. In the purple, we have Carlo Magno playing as the Vikings. Interesting. On the other side for Talita, we have Kapitan Tostada playing as the Slavs. Interesting. I wonder if Kapitan Tostada is going to open stable again, like he did last time. All in feudal age with Slav farms? We'll see. I feel most of the maps in this Virgo Cup are very aggressive. Yes. Yes, you feel that correctly, Nico. You really do. In the green, we have M playing as the Aztecs, an Aztec pocket. Okay, there's some interesting stuff going on, actually. And then we have Bulgarians for Sensei as the flank in the teal. Wow. See, I said Bulgarians may be on an aggressive map as the flank. But, again, remember, that is a risk, because long-term, you do not have crossbows or anything like that. So Vietnamese will start to dominate you if you can't get your Night Mass out. So, this is going to be an interesting game. This is very, like, there's definitely a lot of non-meta things going on the right side here. But are you guys just gonna go full stable? I mean, you build a stable for green and then you neutral him and he converts and then goes to Solidal Warriors? Man, if only that was possible. Imagine that. Fortunately, you can't neutral your opponent because it's not a Diplo game. Would have been hilarious though. Yeah, we see, oh yeah, you're like nicely luring in your deer. I see. Well, that's of course some extra food. Why not? Because you do not have... oh, you do have boars, but they're kind of far away, aren't they? Very far away. Just a matter of scouting, I guess. A nice deer lures, very nice. You know what always sucks about deer luring, right? Like, every time I do this, right, you shoot one, and then your villagers end up on this side of the DC. So then when you try to push in your deer, yeah, then this happens, right? The deer goes everywhere else except to the DC. Which is always very awkward, and you have to go all the way around. Exactly. Yeah, see? That's just what I was saying. Oh, man. That's the Virgo spirit we have to, because we don't have any other action kappa. Well, well, as the deer actually walks back to the TC, so they have it. Very nice. Now, Huacachina is a map, right? So you have this giant pond in the middle. There is some fish in here, not a whole lot. I think there's like maybe 8,000, 10,000 food in there at the best. What you do have in here is 7 relics. See, that's 7 relics for free. You could technically take those, but you'd have to transport a monk to the middle. I don't think that's going to happen a whole lot, honestly. I've not seen a whole lot of people do that, so I don't expect to see that anytime soon. Now, we do have gold around this little pond in the middle. It's only 1 tile a pop, though, so you still have to move your mining camp around a whole lot, because Japanese OP on this map, huh? So yeah, there's some extra gold to claim in the late game, but of course, there's plenty of gold to go around. This is not a resource barren map, except for the wood. That might actually run out first, wood. Let's see how much wood there is on this map, actually. Let's see if I can click a tree. There we go. 241,000 wood. That's alright, that's doable. We can work with that. Good stuff. Now, you've also noticed that there is some smoke monkeys in the wood line. I have been told that these smoke monkeys do not attack you, so you don't have to worry about a unit that has 99 attack and way more armor than you. You can't even attack these with knights because they would absolutely destroy you. There is, of course, jaguars in the wood line. These will attack you, just so you know. So, keeping in mind. See also that blue is hidden his villages chopping wood over here, which I kind of like. Kind of funny. No, that's of course a, hopefully my opponent doesn't fight my wood line kind of wood lumber camp. There are monkeys in the forest. Yes, they are. But yeah, I think it's really the jaguars that you have to be worried about, because those actually attack you. You can kill these smoke monkeys with crossbows, I think. But because they have 99 pierce armor, you need like 25 crossbows to one-shot it. Which is almost like a knight. Crazy. Now that I've talked a little bit of Vakachina, of course, you've noticed by now that it is very open. The clumps of wood are a bit bigger than Atacama, so at least there's that. But still, right? Question is, what is the meta on this map? Well, I'll tell you. It's full-out aggression. That's what the meta on this map is. Because it's so open, it's just like Atacama, except you don't have to fight over over a central wood line. You have your own in the corner. Doesn't mean that you don't have to fight over it. Yeah, it's about making a lot of military. Now, that is why the Civ matchup here is kind of interesting. We got Bulgarians, which are really good at these early kind of military aggression things. As we see a barracks going up now for Teal, and I bet he's going to make some men-at-arms. Want to bet? He's going to click up, and he's going to make militia. Now, with Bulgarians, you do not need to mine gold for the men-at-arm upgrade, which means you only need to mine 10 gold, right? So, Teal needs to just mine 10 gold to get the militia if he wants to. And then he can already make 3 men-at-arms because you get the upgrade for free. Very nice. Ooh, interesting. Wow, we got a fishing operation going on down here. Red actually docking. Wow. I have actually not seen a player dock yet on this map, so that's special. And Red's even going to wall in his dock to make sure that his opponents can kill it. I mean, palisade walls are not going to live that long, so yeah. But, I mean, why not? Why not? I like it. I like it. Red's going to get a bit of an eco lead as a result of that. He will probably need it against the Bulgarian aggression, who is, yeah, just clicks up. Let's see if he's also going to make some men-at-arms. We'll see. Blue going for some crazy walls. He wants that gold as well. Look at that. He's kind of greedy a little bit. Captain Tostad is like, I want all of my gold. Yes, my gold. Instead of just walling around 1 gold. Might have been a bit better, but guess it's fine. Looks like Teal and Green are actually team walling together. I like that. Look at that. Teal and Green are like, yeah, we're going to work together. Screw you, Blue. You're on your own, man. And he literally is on his own. Look how far away that is. Jeez. On the other side, we got Vikings opening with, wow, some really late militia, actually. Are they even going to be men-at-arms? I don't think that's worth it at this point. Archer range already going up? Nah, I think you better just use that food for villagers and the gold for an archer, actually. Onda Vama Prim. I don't know what that means. No quieren tira el GG. Do you want to something to GG? And then it's funny. Well, is he saying that you guys should resign or something? Someone translate that for me so I know as well. They have a jaguar fighting in the wood line. Yep, that's what they do. Not seeing a whole lot from Talita right now. They're just building the walls. What is this fast castle attempt? Is that what the plan is? Let's have a look at the resources. Nah, you're not gonna be able to fast castle off of that. You need more farms for that. We have an attempt here from Teal, who hopefully has the fast castle upgrade queued up already, because otherwise, but there's only 200 food. That's not enough, right? With blacksmith market, that is very risky, as he's still pushing in deer. Jeez. And that must be Red's deer, actually. That's interesting. Who's gonna kind of try to wall in his wood. It's, of course, kind of awkward because of all these holes in the wood line, which is kind of difficult. What happened that we are up in score? Don't you want to resign? Oh, I see. I see. There you go. That makes sense. Little bit of a taunt, huh? Yeah, like, look at our score, man. We are going to roll you. I have a market going up as well for purple. Question is what he's going to do with that. I'd rather just see another archer range and get some archers out, start hitting blue. Because blue, look at that. Market as well on this side. It's just greedy. It's just greed right now. It's just absolute greed. And they're not even fishing to help themselves get up faster. Now, that doesn't mean that Boloñeses will not have to worry about any early aggression, because that's just not coming their way. But if they stay too long in Feudal Age, they will be up against a team that is fully in Castle Age. So, yeah, I hope that Boloñeses are actually going to play Feudal Age now. Like, that's the thing. They're playing Feudal. I like that Red made a fire galley just to scout around. He's not going to need it because no one's docking on the other side. But I'm just not seeing a whole lot of stuff going on right now. Like, the idea of a feudal rush is exactly what the name suggests. It's a rush, right? You make military. Okay, yellow made some military. Good stuff. He's actually attacking now. You make military, you go forward, you attack. Because, look, your opponent are fully walled. Most of them, at least. And, of course, as we have a nice quick wall, nicely done there. Villager is saved. Nice. Of course, red knows that that villager's there now, and yellow is right on his way as well to try to break in. They think teal might be open still. He actually isn't. Teal's completely open on this side. I mean, that he might be walled, which of course he isn't. So, very nicely done. But the scouts still get in, and there's no military to protect yourself. As we have a raid. Wow, we have a raid here from Nova. Thank you, man. Really appreciate that. How was your Battle of Africa cast? Welcome everyone, we are casting Virgo Cup, another tournament going on right now. 3v3 also, but with different maps of course. Welcome, sit yourself down as we have a match here from Category C between Talita A and Boloñeses. Alright man, let's go, have a good one. Well, thank you man, really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. As yellow is trying to break in on the gold, as you can see. But yeah, teal's going to go for some quick repairs. We have finally red coming forward. Some archers. That is going to make it a lot more difficult for teal to hold that gold. And he knows. So he's running with his vills. Very nice. As teal's also hiding some villages all the way on the edge of the map. So that green is yellow and red don't find them. They might still find them though. They have a Krapos going up now for teal. This is a lot of weird stuff. Not a whole lot of meta gameplay going on over here. We have men-at-arms trying to break through blue's wall, as you can see. And blue also doesn't have military because everyone's just trying to go to Castle Age right now. Good stuff. And teal with these quick gates isn't going to save his stone from this archer push, obviously. As we see, Boloñeses maybe trying to go up to Castle Age themselves. Alright. Almost the same level as Battle of Africa, yeah. Almost, right? They're almost, especially in the Category C, you know, which is below 2K Team Elo. Well, who's going to use some house walls to keep out this pressure for now? But yeah, this is just the risk of trying to go fast castle without any military, especially since it's not really a fast castle anymore for blue at this point. You know, hard to call it that if it's beyond 20 minutes, which it isn't, obviously. Nice for purple. We have some stuff going on over here. Now, that's just a jaguar raiding the wood line. That's what's bound to happen on a map like Wakachina, which has jaguars in the wood line. What can we say? Nice pick off there for purple. Yeah, not a whole lot of military for Boloñeses. Like, I was expecting more feudal aggression since they decided to stay in feudal age longer. Now they are going up to Castle Age. But it just gives Talita time to get their own Castle Age army out without taking too much damage. As we have a Krapos, we have town centers go up from the Aztec player who has walled a lot. That is a lot of walling. You usually don't see that on this map. Just Talita things, I guess. As the villagers actually get found here by teal. Very nice pickups from him. One villager already down. Another could die easily as the conics are being sent in to protect the vills. So two of them do make it out alive. AM calls me, but said I said I'm playing Virgo Cup, so you didn't have time for the aftermath team. Yeah. Well, that's what we all want to say, huh? Playing with MBL and Nikov and Hera would be fun though. Although I don't think I could keep up with them. They're way too fast for me. We have. Oh, red is kind of stuck in a wood line here. You know, he tried to save his village, keep his villagers as safe as possible, but of course the downside is that it's going to be very crammed, obviously. So yeah, now we have everyone going to the Castle Age or up to the Castle Age except blue, and I'm not sure why. Like, Blue's just not been on gold for a really long time. Remember, he did all this effort trying to wall in his entire base, and that's a lot of walling, as you can see. Trying to get both his golds in his walls, and he still ended up not taking them because, you know, of those few archers from purple. Which ends up being really nice for purple, because purple is on his way to the castellates. At some point, at least. Oh no, he's housed! He is housed! So he's trying to make a villager, but he can't, right? Because he's housed, and the castellates upgrade is right behind it, and he doesn't realize it. He's gonna build some houses now, but damn, that's gonna delay his castellates significantly, actually. That sucks. That's kind of awkward. Anyways, we have red in the castellates as well. It's going to drop another town center, as we have, oh boy, here comes a Krapos rush. Red knows about this. He saw the villagers, but I don't know if he can do anything to stop it. Siege Workshop is going up, but it's gonna take a while, as here comes steel. There's also stone right there, which is very awkward for red, because if this gets Kraposted, you won't be able to get your own stone for your own castle to defend yourself. Luckily for him, Teal's gonna Krapos right here. That's better. Does Teal even know that there's stone there? He does not. So he's just gonna break in the first part of red's base that he sees. Now, if you know anything about tower rushers and Krapos rushers, you do know that Krapos rushing never stops until you deny it, obviously. A Nova raid. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thanks again, Nova, for the raid. I really appreciate it. And also, how you doing, Max Maxter? Good to see you, man. We have some pikemen to push away the conics. We have some crossbows here as well. Is it even going to go up? 73%. Mangonel shot. Nice. It is a doubt Krapos for now. Oh, Teal, though, committing to it. He wants to get that up, but that is not going to go up because red made military. Very nicely done by red. Exactly what he needed to do here. And Teal is getting punished right now for trying to go for a greedy Krapos. Yep, that's not going to go up. Those villagers are going to have to run back, and even a Jaguar making it even worse. Ay, ay, ay. All good, bros. You're getting ready for a second match in less than 2 hours. Let's go for it. Well, good luck with that match, man. You know, we might even get to cast that. We'll see. Titanic, yeah. I should have the same sound alert like Rokola in his channel, you know. Play the Titanic soundtrack. As a ram comes out, and that Krapos is not going to go up anytime soon. And red is going to have a sweet economy as well, because he's been fishing nicely, something that no one else has been doing, except blue. Ooh, he's making a dock. Interesting. Imagine if you were doing the weird voice casting when the raid came. That would have been a huge win. No. No. See, this is why I disabled it, because I know you guys would screw me over like that. That would be awful. No. I don't want all these nice new people to come in and then hear me cast like Schmeagol, you know, which is fun for a casual stream, but not for a tournament stream, you guys. Darn it. That's why I disabled it, because you guys made me do that last time. Anyway, I got a castle going up for a blue here to protect his gold. He really wants this gold to be safe, which I guess that makes sense, but you know, there you have it. We've got, yeah, Teal going to a second town center now after his failed Krapos rush. He'll just have to actually add economy and army. What can we say, huh? As we have red defending this nice hill. Yeah, these skirmishers are going to get absolutely destroyed. I'm not actually sure why there's skirmishers on this side. A lot of knights from yellow, actually. He's been making a lot of knights this game. I love it. You know, remember what I said. Wakachina is all about military production, about aggression, and look at the military count. It's 48 versus 15. But, big but, Talita is on more town centers. They are making more villagers, which means that they will get a eco lead as this game progresses. So the longer this game goes, the better it is for Talita. As you see, Teal here even walling up, trying to get a castle up to protect himself, as this pressure is coming forward here to try to get into Teal's base. Well, we have a Krapos already. If this castle goes up with the stone wall, don't think there's a chance for him to get, well, destroyed here. Castle in the middle for green, as he clicked up the Imperial Age as well, and he's going to go for Elite Eagle Warriors. Oh man, green has just been booming. It's at 93 villagers already, and Elite Eagle Warriors is going to be a problem for the crossbow player for sure. Maybe even for the knight, because Eagle Warriors do have a bonus versus knights, something to definitely keep in mind. As the market goes down, no trade for you. Another Krapos here. Yeah, Teal is... he really wants to keep this pressure out as good as he can. A house wall there to keep that out. Very nice. He needs to hold as long as he can so that green can come and help him. Save him even. You know, the sensei needs saving. Save him with the Elite Eagle Warriors, which will be incoming in like 20 seconds. Have some conics though to protect yourself, but now the ram can easily be taken down. So yeah, teal's not going to have to be saved that much, obviously. As yellow and red are looking for another avenue of attack. Of course, there is plenty of palisade walls to break through. But there's also a castle here, and eagle warriors are coming out. Oh boy, and they are Aztec Eagle Warriors. Imagine getting Garland Wars on these as well. They will be able to shred knights rather easily. And I'm not seeing yellow go up to Imperial Age anytime soon here. So they need to do damage, and they need to do it fast. Otherwise, Talita will still be in the lead. As the score is flipping around, that tells you how close it actually is. But there's so much more military on the field from Boloñeses as they're trying to break into Teal's base. Have a little bit of revenge against Teal from last game, I suppose. On the other side, we have Blue defending with castles as Purple is trying to actually push in. And I'm not seeing any military from Blue whatsoever. He does have 69 villagers though, which is, that's nice. Very nice. But yeah, this castle is going to push away the crossbows for now. Yeah, without trebuchets, it's going to be incredibly difficult to push this. Because ram pushing a crepe post is really difficult. You can always get some conics out, which makes it really difficult, right, to attack. Traps are needed, but we have Elite Eagle Warrior. Which, yeah, that's going to counter everything, isn't it? I mean, green has just been sitting back behind his giant walls. It's just booming, and all he has to do is just start sending some eagles into the economy for yellow and red. As yellow did make it into the back of Teal's base, and green didn't chase. He didn't chase, so yellow's like, well, thanks for that. Here are the Magyar Knights. Even though it's a big map, I think it's a good idea to slowly wall from the pond to the end of the map. Eventually, you'll need to wall the top to stop the raids and protect the trade. Yes, yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, like, even though I make fun of the giant walls in the start of the game because it's kind of funny, I agree that in the end, you're going to have to protect your trade. And if it's this open, there's no way to protect the trade. Unless you have literally military on every part of the trade route. As Teal's getting absolutely destroyed right now with his villagers. On the other hand though, we have Red now having to suffer from the Elite Eagle Warriors. They already have the final armor upgrade and Garland Wars. They're just fully upgraded Elite Eagle Warriors are going to wreck everything. And what are you going to do against that? As Red is trying to get up to the Imperial Age. But for what? As his crossbow army is going to get destroyed. Won't be upgradable anymore because it's dead. Hard to upgrade a dead army, is it? Let's say, yeah, Yellow's Knights are also going to get destroyed because these Eagle Warriors do have cavalry, bonus versus cavalry, +4, you know, plus Garland Wars, leads to a lot of attack. In total, what was that? 21 attack versus cavalry. Jeez, that's crazy. Yeah, Red is getting destroyed right now. They tried so hard though. Boloñeses had played a really good game this one. You know, they actually put some pressure on their opponents this time. You know, looking good, but all I can say here is that it maybe was just a bit too late. Like, it is difficult to go for feudal aggression, I know, but that is maybe what they needed here. This greedy fast castle attempt from Talita on the other side could have been denied had the aggression come in earlier. But yeah, Red is going to resign here. Just give time to greens to Zergwao, who is Teal in this game, and that is exactly what they did. It's all they needed to do because Elite Eagle Warriors will pretty much destroy everything at this point. If there's no champions on the field, you're kind of screwed at this point. Ay. Yeah, we have Purple. Yeah, Purple is not an imp. He's making rams right now. That's not going to save you, though. I don't think Purple knows what's going on the other side of the map because Elite Eagle Warriors are going to get into Yellow's base. Red has resigned at this point. Yeah, it's getting close to GG. Yellow's going to try to hold on, but these palisade walls are going to melt as soon as the Elite Eagle Warriors actually engage them. Or the house. That's fine too. Alright, whatever you want to do. Okay, green now realizing, yeah, exactly. Just kill the palisade wall. Or not. Okay, he must really not like this house. There we go. House goes down. No living spaces for the Magyars. No quarters, literally. And yeah, Yellow sees the Elite Eagle Warriors, knows that's over, and he calls the GG as well. And Purple, who is still trying to get a push going on right now with crossbows. There's just nothing you can hit. You know, not even here, as Blue just has a safe wood line pretty much. There's castles everywhere. I mean, you're Slavs after all. You can, after the unique tech, you can build cheaper castles because there's just some stone and wood, which is, well, allows you to do this. Yeah, Mangonel will keep this safe as well. This is G to the G. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Waiting for Purple to resign here. Which will happen at some point. You know what happens a lot. What I noticed that sometimes happens at the lower level. You know that a lot of players, when they get killed, when it's actually GG, they still want to do some damage. They want to take some revenge. They want to be able to use the armor they spent the entire game building. That is why Purple is still microing over here with his crossbows. He just wants to do some damage to the Slav player, as the Slav player is sending in the mangonels. Oh, Purple, no, oh man, that was close. He was about to get destroyed by the mangonel, but yeah, it is GG. Boloñeses taps out, and Talita A get their win on the home map for Boloñeses. Very nicely done. All right, well, we got some statistics to look at, obviously. Although I think, you know, in this game, really what it came down to is the fact that Boloñeses decided to go aggressive with military, make a lot of military before Talita did. But look at that graph over here. You can't really see it because it's behind the chat thing. They didn't really make a whole lot of military early. I think if you notice your opponent is going to go for a greedy fast castle strategy, the last thing you want to do is stay long in feudal age and not do damage to them. You want to come forward with aggression and punish that greed, right? Which is not something that Boloñeses was able to do. Now, they did come forward with aggression later on. They did actually punish them a little bit, but at that point, Green was already in the Imperial Age and he started spamming eagles, and at that point, what do? Well, if you have Bulgarians on your team, I guess at least you can go for some two-handed swordsmen with Baganes, which would be pretty sweet. But unfortunately for them, that was on the other team. So, yeah. And looking at the economy for Green, look at that. Great economy. All that Teal needed to do is just stall and give Green a chance to get the imp. That was the plan. Which he did with the crate post. You know, that's perfectly possible. Red and Yellow weren't able to push in on their side. Purple wasn't able to push in on the Slav side. And then Elite Eagle Warrior destroys everything. And not to mention, Blue had a pretty good economy to boot. Looking at the bill highs, yeah, you can see that Green was booming. Not something that Red, Yellow, and Purple could really do because they were pretty all in for the aggression. They were trying to improve the KD. Yeah, Purple kind of needed to improve the KD a little bit. Yeah, you can tell they definitely suffered at the end. A lot of losses there. Looking at the APM, who was the fastest player this match? It was Teal. All right, 48 average APM, very nice. Well, I should like to say congratulations for Talita A for winning their set, and good luck next for Boloñeses. GG.